I am your charismatic host, Che Bums, along with my younger sibling,
Danny Bums.
And what a week of combat sports, where the few weeks where all three major combat sports are together. Starting with tonight, first time women's pay-per-view Evolution, but we'll get to that at the end of our show. We're going to open up the floor with UFC 138 and all the news this week about the big trade happening. But last night, UFC Fight Night 138 from somewhere in Canada, I think North Brunswick it was called, middle of nowhere. 6 fights in the card, typical main card, but I guess the two biggest things was co-main event. It was supposed to be originally Artem versus one of Khabib's teammates, and then obviously the whole escalation.
One of his cronies.
Cronies, yes, that's probably the best terminology for that. But obviously, what happened? He's suspended, I believe. So Michael Johnson, the menace, lightweight veteran, took the fight last minute notice, and he won via UD, right? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he look impressive? Dominated? What do you think?
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, then again, Artem Loveball is just not the.
He's the GOAT according to Mojad.
He's the number one pound for pound ever.
Yeah, and Michael Johnson. Yeah. Michael Johnson is a household name. You know, he's middleweight. He knocked out Poirier, if that means anything.
Middleweight.
Lightweight. He knocked out Poirier 2 years ago. He's fought Nate Diaz. He's fought Khabib.
Johnson.
So, yeah. So, he's a featherweight now. He lost to Justin Gaethje. So he's been around. You know, not surprised. Michael Johnson. He's a veteran fighter. You know, the match doesn't do anything for Michael Johnson. He just took it last minute notice. You know, he's just at this point he's just a veteran, and Artem is just the GOAT pound for pound. In MMA over under 500 record, I believe.
Yeah, now he's like two losses
so
under
the 500 mark. So he's probably about like 440, 460, whatever the math is. And then the main event, which to me was a sleeper because you saw on paper.
Well, you know what happened with Johnson, right? At the weigh-in. Why does it sound weird?
He was a pound over, right? And then
so then he has to cough up 20% of his purse.
Yes.
But since he accepted the fight, what the hell? Okay, we go.
That's part of the bottom part of the mic. That's why I gotta speak.
Since he accepted the fight, like on such short notice, Loveball was going to give the 20% back.
Which I guess.
With his respect.
Yeah, because he said he took the last minute. I believe it was I don't know what exactly, but within a few days within the fight, he took
like a week.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
Obviously, well, if you ask me, Michael Johnson is much bigger than whoever he was in a fight. One of Khabib's cronies, so I guess that's good for the sport. You know, recognized fighter, veteran, former top 10 lightweight. But yeah, and then in the main event, which people thought was for me, I thought people thought it was a sleeper because it was 2 versus 10. You know, it's a far reach. But yeah, last night Anthony the Lionheart Smith, three straight victories, submitted the number 2 guy who just fought Cormier back in January.
Yeah,
you can see right there.
That was impressive.
He submitted him, I believe, towards the end of the 3rd round.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But so. Listen, I'll be honest. Even though I'm just wearing this shirt right now, it says UFC. I went to bed I think right before Michael Johnson started. I was just tired. So Danny Bums, I've been talking a lot. Break it down for us. What happened between number 2 versus number 10?
So the Lionheart guy had like a lot of composure because he wasn't getting beat up, but he was losing the first 2 rounds.
Okay.
And towards the end of the 2nd round, mid to end of the round, this guy got him on like a takedown, and then and even though like he wasn't completely dominant, but like you can tell like Anthony Smith was really like in it, like he was defending himself pretty well.
Okay.
He was holding him really good. He was so you can tell like Anthony, he's very much in this fight. And then in the 3rd round, man, oh my God, he was just like. He tripped him really. Like he did like it looked like a movie move, like one of those moves like in the movies.
like Bloodsport with John.
Yeah, one of those. He tripped him really cool. I'm like, what? I'm like, wow. I only see that in the movies.
I didn't even hear him. I was already in bed by the time Artem fought.
And then he got him in the rear naked chokehold, and then he made him tap. And he was super tired. Anthony Smith laid on the floor after that. Like he submitted him, and then Volkan got right up after he submitted him because he just knew there was no way out of it. And no, Volkan got right out, literally, right, because he couldn't get out of it. So the only way to get out of it is to tap, and he literally just stood up and just left. And Smith just laid on the floor like he died.
And there you go. And then Danny Bones tweeted last night after the fight. That's 3 straight fights.
He's the Volkan of last year.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Came out of nowhere, won like 3 or 4 straight fights. But so in these 3 straight fights, he first beat former light heavyweight champion
Shogun Rua, and then Rashad Evans, and now he beat this guy, which is really impressive.
Yeah, he beat the number 2 guy. Which, mind you, he wasn't supposed to fight Shogun Rua. He just took that fight last minute, and obviously that's when the whole buzz kind of blew up about Anthony Lionheart Smith. But he's the number 2 guy now. I mean, well, maybe not in the rankings, but he beat the number 2 guy. You could beat the next fight. Maybe after Jones playing here matchmaker, like being Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard. What's next for Anthony Smith? With obviously this title fight at the end of the year between Jones and Gustafsson and Cormier kind of limbo. What's next for Anthony Smith? What do you think?
Someone high up there. Maybe Latifi's already scheduled. Maybe Dominic Reyes. They just fought recently. But I think Smith is done for the year. He said he has the holidays are coming up. He wants to spend with his family.
That makes sense.
It's a smart thing to do. Come back in January.
Take the fight,
But I was already playing matchmaker with like so I think that if Cormier, what I think happens if Cormier says he has 2 more fights.
Yes.
The Lewis fight and the fight, 1 more fight after that. If he loses to Lewis, I think he should fight the winner of Gustafsson and Jones.
I agree.
If he beats Lewis, then he's not gonna even bother with light heavyweight.
No.
And then he'll fight Lesnar. Then from there, I think the winner of
Gustafsson
and Jones should maybe fight
Smith,
the Lionheart Smith, when they would probably destroy him.
I agree both outcomes. I absolutely agree with you. I can't argue both of them. I think they're both the right mindset. Not being biased, I think that's the right call for both parties. For whether Cormier goes back to lightweight or heavyweight, I think that makes clear sense. But yeah, so
and the kid from Long Island won too.
Oh, John Vallon, right? Yeah.
Shout out to John Vallon.
Yeah, he's from Belmore, part of the whole Long Island MMA scene out there. Also, at Long Island, big wrestling scene too. Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins. So Long Island is
just giving us legends.
Yeah, a lot of them. So yeah, so I mean, like I said, besides that, it was a very slow month for UFC. Obviously, with 229 back 3 weeks ago, and then Fight Night. So
I feel like the company gave everyone like days off.
Yeah,
they
days
had to.
off.
Even UFC did tonight, and didn't start back up until this week.
Yeah, so it was a slow month. Usually UFC has like 1 slow month a year. Sometimes October. Like last year, because of the boxing fight, August was a slow month. So it depends.
Yeah, I feel like that's the narrative now with the UFC, 1 mega fight per year.
Yeah.
Last year was the McGregor fight, so they went all,
Yeah, I think August fight. They had. I think last year August they had just 1 fight night. That's it. No pay-per-view at all. Because they had 2 July pay-per-views. That was part of the reason why too.
Did they have 2 July this year?
No. They had Cormier versus Stipe. Then in August was the 2 title fights. Remember, Demetrius and this guy was fighting TJ.
That's right.
This year I think they only December is 2 pay-per-views. Everything else has been 1, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Going through it real fast in my head. Yeah. So December will be the only one with 2 pay-per-views.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I've said it before. That July Fox card on Poirier vs. Alvarez, that could have been a pay-per-view itself. Yeah, that card was stacked. Aldo, Stevens, Joanna. So yeah, but yeah. So I think it's been a while since UFC has had only 13. They usually do 14 previews a year. They had 13 this year. But we'll get back to that later. I did say yesterday. Well, I said that
they should do 12 and just get rid of 230 all.
I've always been a fan of.
That was a fail, man.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
The thing is, I want to know what Ariel never revealed what the initial plan was. That must have been an initial plan.
Of course, always, but
because even during the press conference when they first the press conference right before 227, when they had with
Diaz and Poirier.
Yeah. Even this guy said, obviously, he goes like, we're safe. Well, when don't we deliver in New York? And like, well, we never found. Yeah, but like, I'm sure there was a plan, but what was it? It sure as hell wasn't freaking Bullet versus
So
Eubanks, girl. It sure as hell wasn't Cormier versus Lewis.
yeah,
Like that.
so I guess because they couldn't work out.
They probably couldn't get a super fight.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And
Maybe it was the Ben Askren thing.
probably could have been it. Which we'll get that right soon. I guess since that plan was never came into fruition, maybe that's why many people didn't know about it. Obviously, maybe Dana White and the matchmakers knew about it, or the owners, but besides that, didn't get out to the point.
Yeah, they kept that one very.
Yeah, to the point
where not even Ariel can get. Yeah,
exactly. Ariel or Brett always right. So at this point, we don't know. Maybe Dana, when he retires or in the future, will come out or whatever. Or but yeah. So I said it this week, joking around. And I said it again yesterday. I'm wearing this shirt, but I'm gonna boycott UFC for the most of this rest of the year. I honestly haven't really watched. I watched one pay-per-view this year, the January one, because we went out to watch it. Besides that,
which is probably the best one of the year.
Probably was. It probably was.
Oh, maybe 229 because like the Derek Lewis and the Tony Ferguson and the
yeah.
probably
so
that one was the best one
between
of the
220 and 229 was probably the best ones right there. I don't even. Honestly, I'm a grandpa. Like, I don't even watch most fight nights. I go to bed by like the co-main event sometimes. You can ask him. I do. When he watched the Brooklyn card, I remember when it was Habib versus Al, I went to bed like right away. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm joking, not joking, but I'm probably not gonna watch most of the UFC events this year. I'm just gonna not really watch it. Maybe watch more Bellator. I don't know. But I guess in other UFC news. And it broke down this week, the news, and it was official, I believe, sometime yesterday in the afternoon or in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first official trade in MMA, major trade, where former welterweight one championship, what do we name?
ONE FC.
ONE FC, that's the original name, and that's one champion. Ben Askren got traded for former GOAT, pound for pound, 11-time defender, Mighty Mouse Johnson, going into ONE FC, and Ben Askren going into welterweight UFC division.
So with like the latest news with ONE FC in the past couple of weeks, it's making it sound like they're the number 3.
They're definitely growing.
I thought PFL was number 3.
Well, I think they are because they have a televised deal. They're actually on NBC. They're on NBC Sports Network.
Where can we see one on Fight TV?
Probably, yeah, one of those like stream services, but they're not an actual like TV. So, but ONE Championship has definitely stepped up his game because like 2 weeks ago they signed Eddie Alvarez, via free agency. They got Mighty Mouse. So that's 2 former champions. And they're really stepping up the game. I think people, from the articles I read this week, people are mostly focusing on the trade between them, but I think behind doors, you also gotta look at the effect that for ONE Championship. How I guess it's gonna grow now. It's bigger. They're actually based out of Singapore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This trade DJ. Why not? I think DJ. It says that DJ wanted to do it, and he's already done everything he had to in the UFC.
What else is he gonna do? I think so.
Just make a shitload of money over there. Like my rule, especially it's also with actors. If once you've accomplished like the one, once you've won the trophy or anything or
defended it, whatever.
No, I think in anything, whether acting like for acting, once you win an Oscar, now you got to do is just cash in, man. Get on like on a Marvel movie or something.
But how about DiCaprio? It took him like 20 years.
You're right.
He's the exception.
It's just like in like 2 weeks is the Usyk Bellew fight. Same thing as Usyk. Yeah. Usyk already did everything he can possibly do at cruiserweight. The only thing he can do now is just cash in with freaking Bellew. And I guarantee you, if he beats Bellew, there's nothing to do at cruiserweight. He goes up to heavyweight. But that's another conversation.
But yeah, at this point, like I said, the only thing Mighty Mouse could have probably done one more thing is not the rematch. You know, I would have gone to fight Dominic Cruz one more time. Because the last time they fought...
Yeah, that probably would have gotten that guy out of retirement.
Yeah, because the last time they fought...
Dude hasn't fought in 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years in December.
He loves to take 2 years off every other year.
Yeah, so he might come back next year. But the only reason why I said that, because that's a money fight, and that was the last fight that Mighty Mouse lost prior to losing to Cejudo. Because I
should have ran that back, man.
The Cejudo fight, or...
The Cejudo fight.
I mean... They probably would have because he deserves it. Merit, you know, he defended 11 times, but I guess like you said, he had other things in plan. You know, he wants to leave, wants to promote his legacy and possibly become a two-time different promotion champion. Like Ben Askren was the biggest topic of the week this week.
Yeah.
He's throwing a lot of fire. He's throwing a lot of Twitter on
He's
fire.
going crazy on Twitter, man. Like,
Yeah.
he's so annoying. I mean, I don't want to say that, but like, he
Diaz
hasn't
brothers.
beat anybody for him to say that. Like, it's just like,
Call it Diaz
I'm
brothers.
sure he can beat a top 10 welterweight, but can he beat top 3, top 5? Can he beat Tyron Woodley?
T Wood. Yeah, and obviously we all know about the story about Ben Askren and Dana White. Apparently
Yeah.
there's some hostility there.
I saw this picture on Instagram that it said Dana White started following Ben Askren.
There you go.
There you go, Uncle Dana.
Ben Askren, aka, if you don't know, his name is Funkomania, like Hulkamania. I don't know if you've seen the shirt. And it says legit Funkomania with like a Ben's face, but Hogan style. But he's undefeated. He's, I believe,
Connor
17-0-1.
barked back. He called him pube head.
Pube head. Connor can say what he wants. He's not fighting. He's not active. So,
You heard
Yep.
what the best manager in MMA tweeted today?
Ali, right?
He said, "Big news coming up soon."
I saw his Instagram about calling bullshit on 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather, but I didn't see that.
Oh, that's old.
Okay, yeah. Biggest manager MMA, yeah, Ali Albiaz, whatever his name is, I don't know.
Abdelaziz.
Abdulaziz, yes.
He's bigger than Paradigm.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Paradigm does other sports. You know
Yeah.
who's also with Paradigm?
Who?
Tony Ferguson.
Paradigm's a bit, yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, you should ask Ari, like, who do you like more, Tony or Connor?
Paradigm obviously, like I said, yeah, they're more than athletes, but it's a big name. You can respect them. But yeah, I mean, big announcement soon. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he's gonna fight Ben Askren. I don't know.
No, he has to deal with the
Tony.
No, he has to deal with the whole
Yeah,
suspended thing, which the final one is in December.
Well, listen, I think speak about the matter first. I think since he got half his money, I think it's a good sign of whatever the ultimate decision is in December. Whatever it is,
You saw what the Brett Okamoto said. That the commission said if they wanted to, they can ban them both for life if they felt like it.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. But when you say ban, obviously only Las Vegas, right?
I imagine.
Yeah, because obviously each athletic commission is different for each state. But wow, yeah, Brett's absolutely correct. But I don't know. Any other UFC stories breaking out this week besides that?
We'll see what happens with Ben. We'll see who he gets matched up with. I imagine is a top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Tyron Woodley is like savoring at the mouth because now he has someone he has a legendary fighter that wants to fight him.
Exactly.
Because GSP thing is something he probably deserves. He's probably never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because that's all on GSP, and you won't get a Nick Diaz.
Nah, probably not. But if you guys remember,
but then again, he still has to go through Kobe. I believe Dana said that's the fight to make, unless he gives
Dana
him.
White, Dana White.
Unless he gives him Ben Askren right away, and then he just carves him up.
But speaking about the matter, I guarantee you Ben Askren will be there next Saturday. That's part of the whole, UFC 230.
Oh yeah, they're doing a 232 press conference on Friday.
All right, there you go.
So Gustafsson, Jones,
Cyborg, Amanda Nunes.
God, that's crazy.
That card is stacked already. Those two fights in itself, just But I guarantee you that Ben Askren will be there Saturday, like a fan sitting down, So I'm sure he'll be there.
If Derek Lewis wins, we'll have an episode for you next week. If he doesn't win, you won't get us.
Yeah, because then we have Crown Jewel too next week, but
I'm not covering that.
We're not covering Crown Jewel.
No.
John Cena won't be there. Breaking news. I think he's too busy filming his movie.
We're jumping the gun.
I know. But yeah, I mean, Ben Askren, he's 17-0. So this whole thing started because Ben Askren originally wanted to get back into fighting. He stopped fighting November.
Another thing, he hasn't fought in a year.
November
Are you kidding me?
Well, GSP hasn't fought in 5 years. He came back 4 years.
He beat Michael Bisping.
So the whole thing started because he wanted to go back. He wanted fresh blood. So he said, I wanted either GSP from UFC or Roy McDonald Bellator, but Scott Coker just blew that down automatically. Like, yeah, you're not going to fight Roy McDonald. I remember that. He said it in an interview. Yeah, Ben, you're not fighting Roy McDonald. And then I guess with the whole thing going on that Ben wanted to fight again, and Demetrius kind of had different plans. See, I like this because I guess like I said, Ben gets to prove himself. A and B. I guess a new superstar comes to UFC. You know, because sometimes UFC lacks superstars. You know, with no Conor or Ronda around. You know, it's hard. Jones with his controversial career too, and Cormier at the twilight of his career too. So it's I guess fresh old blood to say because I think Ben's 33, 34. So anyway, we'll see what happens with Ben Askren.
Yeah.
From the octagon, you want to go to the square circle?
We have to go to boxing. Yeah. HBO had a really good one of the last events yesterday. They're having like 2 in December. Yeah, no, one in November and maybe in December.
Yeah, 1 November to December.
I think light heavyweight belts.
Yeah, during Thanksgiving weekend, I believe.
Yeah, Dan Raphael said that's actually a really good idea to do that for Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, because it's quiet.
Because everyone's home that Saturday. Yeah. Boom, there's boxing.
UFC's in China that weekend, and I believe that HBO card is in AC at the Hard Rock Hotel.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was actually on the co-main event was actually Bellator's very own Heather Hardy, and she won the WBO featherweight title in a rematch. No, not at all. So she is a dual champion, and she will most likely be going to DAZN once for boxing. She's already there for Bellator. So she's obviously a DAZN queen.
Yeah.
I didn't really see the fight. I just know that she won, so that's great. Her boxing MMA career, she's from Brooklyn, or she lives there, so that's awesome.
You know, no one really talks about how you talk about dual athletes. You know, maybe on guys or men, but like no one talks about females a lot. Because I believe.
Well, Brock Lesnar.
But men aside, yeah. But as far as females, unless someone else is doing it in small
Holly
promotions,
it'd be awesome to match them up.
Oof.
I think in MMA right now, Holly would win. In boxing, Heather would beat her. But then again, she was multiple. She was like, oh my god. Don't get me started. In the main event,
boxing's probably the most toughest division, the middleweight division.
Oh my god. In the main event, we had Daniel Jacobs versus Sergiy Derevyanchenko. It's a former sparring partner.
Ukrainian, right?
Yeah. Prior to the fight, they've sparred 300 rounds.
Wow, that's
because they're in the same gym. They said they're not friends because there's like a language barrier, but they just know each other. Oh, and there was never an they've sparred 300 rounds.
But that's still a lot.
They know each other.
That's a couple fights there.
And
what you got there, champ? Oh, and there's
Danny Jacobs won the IBF title officially. Now all 4 titles has a title holder.
So we have, just go through it. IBF obviously last night. Daniel Jacobs last week at the TD Garden.
The Crimson Red.
WBO Bubu Andrade. I forget his first name. And then Demetrius, and then obviously about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, controversial. Canelo has a WBC and WBA middleweight champion. So as my brother mentioned, all 4 can possibly be Jacobs signs of Matchroom and DAZN.
Yeah, most likely thing is his broadcasting or his promoter is Matchroom, but his broadcasting rights he still had to deal with HBO.
Yeah,
so obviously they're done. He's obviously not going to fight next month. So he's obviously going to sign Matchrooms with DAZN. He's obviously going to sign with DAZN, and then all 4 titles will be on DAZN,
which it makes great for boxing.
Which the goal of Undisputed, something not even Gennady could have done, because he never wanted to fight Billy Joe Saunders, obviously because Canelo was the bigger fight.
Yeah.
The dream of Undisputed can happen.
Yeah.
So, what I think of the fight, as expected, that's the guy that Gennady avoided, because he was the number 1 contender
back in May, right?
He's been the number 1 contender for IBF. So when the Canelo fight fell off in May, IBF said fight this guy.
Mandatory, yeah.
He said no, I'd rather fight Vanes Martirosyan, who's a washed up light middleweight. And then
he got stripped, right?
So he said the IBF said give me that. He took that, and then they scheduled this fight. Mm-hmm. So and Danny Jacobs beat him.
Yeah, but it went the distance, I believe, right?
Yeah, it went the distance. Yeah. I mean, he knocked him down in the first round.
Yeah,
but it was a good, very tactical fight. Danny Jacobs looks dead at the end, but it was fun. It was a good fight. And yeah, we'll see what's the next. He said the goal next is to do Canelo, and obviously
Canelo's gonna fight in December.
He's fighting, but I think he's doing that because he only got to fight once this year.
Probably, yeah.
Because he usually fights twice a year. He couldn't fight in May,
yeah,
because he had a PED stake. So So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Canelo wants to do like he obviously he's probably most likely. I mean, well, I don't know. Rocky Fielding is a bit of a challenge because he's a lot taller.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Like obviously, like for Canelo, I feel like the easier fight would be Demetrius Andrade.
For WBO, okay. All right.
But
And
the
then
bigger fight would be Danny Jacobs. But then again, pay-per-view buys aren't really the game anymore for
No.
him. So hopefully we'll see like a unification. But that's crazy.
Yeah, and congrats for that, Jacobs.
Yeah, he's two-time
Everyone's about his career.
middleweight champion.
He had to step out for a while. Deal with.
It's crazy. Dan Rofios said 7 years ago he had to step out of the ring
Mhm.
because of spinal cancer, and he came back, and he just
he looked very impressive.
incredible.
His only blemish in his career is losing to Triple
Gennady.
G 2 years ago, I believe. Was it 2 years ago, 2015 or 2016?
A year and a half ago.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, early 2016.
Oh my God, no,
2016 or 2015, I forgot. Yeah, it wasn't last
2017.
year.
2017. Yeah, year and a half ago.
Okay, yeah.
That was 2016.
So yeah, props to him. Like Danny Bones mentioned, all potential 4 belts can be partner and under Matchroom / the Zone. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, HBO's out of the game,
and it's great because like who's the biggest name in boxing? Canelo. So obviously it's this division. So.
Mm-hmm.
Now all 4 titles are on the same network, same broadcast.
So just quick question, get out of topic. So I asked my coworker. He's like, I told him, who do you think is the biggest boxer in the United States? And he said Pacquiao. I go, I don't think so. I mean, he's still a popular name, but I think Canelo's the biggest boxer in the United States.
Definitely, Pacquiao's way past his prime.
Yeah, which obviously you guys heard that he's scheduled to fight in January against Adrian Broner.
Spoke with my boxing trainer. He was telling me like, Broner's gonna get destroyed.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah, Broner. If Broner loses that's really bad, man.
You know the thing about Broner that like he's so, I don't want to say he's mediocre, but like he'll still get a loss or a draw, and he'll get a crazy big fight. He'll still main event over like a world champion.
Kind of like Chael Sonnen, like Chael Sonnen's career has been about like he's talked his way to title fight. So
yeah,
I guess you can say the same thing kind of for Adrian Broner. He's kind of talk his way, or he sells. He
just sells. He's controversial.
That's just what it is. I mean. And we'll get there later, but December is full of boxing from the 1st to the 22nd.
Combat sport wise,
yeah,
crazy.
We got TLC. So that one weekend, like I said, so there's few weekends in this whole year where 3 sports combined, combat sports combined together, where we have boxing, MMA, and wrestling. Now, this weekend is one of them. Yesterday was UFC, boxing. Today's Evolution, which we'll get into a few minutes. But yeah, this end of the year, these last 2 months, 8 weeks, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty packed for MMA, boxing, a little Bellator here and there. WWE obviously Survivor Series, Crown Jewel next week, and then TLC. So it's a great way to end the year. But yeah, anything else about the boxing fight last night about Daniel Jacobs? Any thoughts you had?
No, it was cool.
All right.
I'm happy for him.
Well, I guess it's time to get to the main event. And for the first time, the main event of our episode will not have to deal with male characters. It will have to deal with women, females, who've in the past, especially in wrestling, have been used for jobber matches, 90 seconds, background, girlfriends, all that stuff. But tonight, they get to prove themselves that they can main event. And tonight, for the first time ever, WWE Evolution live from Long Island. I kid you not, I'm making fun of this, but on StubHub, if you still want to go, they're like $7 for nosebleed tickets. I would have gone if it was around here, but I don't want to drive out that far and pay like 3 tolls and parking. But still, anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this is Evolution. This is what they wanted for, and they got their own pay-per-view, and it just started about 20 minutes ago. So we'll wrap this up really, really fast. There's some matches tonight. The biggest blow, I think, tonight was Alexa Bliss. She suffered a concussion.
What?
Yeah, she suffered a concussion at a live show, like I think last week or 2 weeks ago. So the original match was Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. But with Alexa Bliss' injury, she got replaced by the current most oldest WWE wrestler, female wrestler, Alicia Fox is in the match now. Which I think she deserves it. She's a veteran. She's the longest of this generation. She's the longest there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, this is groundbreaking. So Danny Bones, what do you think about Evolution tonight?
Before I go to the matches, super historic. Super proud of them. I love what WWE stands for, like all of these things they do. They're like the organization that gives back the most to people, that puts smiles on people's faces, and the fact what they're doing with this just empowers the movement, the women's revolution at the Evolution. So I hope, and also because I absolutely hate the whole Saudi Arabia thing. I feel like, so I really hope this. I really hope this is the best pay-per-view of the year.
And you hope this you hope this overcomes. Is better than Crown Jewel next Friday.
Yeah. And then all the pay-per-views this year.
Even Survivor Series, because we love Survivor Series. Survivor Series last year was so good.
Well, I like when they do the cross thing, or the teams thing. Yeah, I don't think they're doing that this year.
But we'll talk about that because
I'm sure they're gonna start promoting that
right after Friday, probably.
Yeah.
Wait,
when's Crown Jewel?
This Friday coming up.
Yeah, so next Monday. Not even this week, which sucks.
Yeah.
I hope. Oh, is Brock gonna be there tomorrow night? I want to watch Raw. I always like, he has to be if he's have to promote his fight, right?
Was he there for the greatest battle royale? He was there, yeah.
I imagine Brock has to be if he's not
especially
there.
Especially with Roman, which as you all heard, he has a battle with leukemia again. He's in remission after 11 years. So we wish Joe Nolai all the best. Kick cancer in the ass. You'll come back. You saw the tremendous amount of support.
Yeah, that was
on all sides of the ring.
Did not expect that. That was one of the most.
From New Japan,
memorable.
The Miz,
not in a good way, memorable moments, but it was just
Kenny Omega.
I did not expect that. I was left in the whole week was just like, what the hell?
I remember I was in class and my phone went off and I got a notification that just I was like, whoa, this is not happening. But today's obviously about the women. And I'm gonna run through the 7 fights real fast and you let me know because we got a show to catch. And obviously covered it. So this is obviously, as always, on Wikipedia. These fights are never in order. So I'll go through them real fast. Danny Buns, you let me know who you think is going to win the fight. Okay. So the first fight, according to his, is Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox.
The heels. I mean
the veteran, the legends, right?
Yeah. Trish Stratus and Lita. Lita was like part of my childhood.
Yeah. Both. I
go for them.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. The match lost flavor without Alexa Bliss. Obviously, she's a top heel. She's great. Ever since she got called, I think she's a 5-time champion already between SmackDown and Raw. The second one, kind of one-sided for me. Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
It's definitely the main event.
Yeah, it's been debated which is the main event, but yeah, at this point, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, most likely Ronda Rousey.
It's a Raw.
I'm pretty sure Nikki's like retired, or I don't know.
I think she wants to come back, yeah. Or I think Brie Bella wants to come back.
But it can go both ways.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Ronda. I can't see her losing. I think.
Yeah, probably Ronda.
This one apparently for the first time ever, but I've read comments on Facebook and Instagram saying it's not. Last women's standing match between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Who's the champ?
Becky Lynch.
I hope she wins it
against Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte needs to deal with her lawsuit.
Oh really? Was this new? I did not know anything about this.
Her ex-husband.
All right.
Yeah, I think he wrote a book, or she wrote a book, or I think he wrote a book like talking bad about the business and the Flairs. I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
She's suing or he's suing. I don't
know. So this is what I think. Obviously, both SmackDown and Raw titles are being on the line tonight. I think one has to lose. If one wants to lose, I think
especially at an event like this,
I think Charlotte Flair wins.
Yay.
I think she does, just because and I think they can.
Or you know what? Don't be surprised if Ronda loses because it'd be so favorable for her to win. But like, it'll be like if she loses, it'll be like, oh, that's awesome, and not just like making her seem like at such an important event. Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, especially it gives her some kind of.
I'd actually rather Nikki win than Charlotte win championship for like the 12th time.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
She's like the John Cena fucking.
She kind of is, yeah.
She's like her father.
The other one is the NXT Women's Championship, which we saw back in August. It's rematch. Shane Balor, Kairi Sane, who won, I believe, last.
God, that was such a great match.
It was versus Shane Balor. That was a great match.
I was there.
Yeah, we both there. I think Kairi Sane retains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
She's awesome.
I think Shane doesn't get called up.
WWE likes the Asian, the Japanese.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Champions for NXT.
Yeah. Yeah. That's no pun intended. They definitely do. Especially with other promotion across the other side of the world. And this one, I don't know much about it, but it does feature an Asian again. The 2018 Mae Young Classic Final. Toni Storm versus Io Shirai. Io Shirai is a Japanese girl. I can't say who's gonna win.
Wouldn't be surprised if she wins.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. There's nothing racial, nothing. Just the way
No,
it's been
because
going.
WWE loves them.
Yeah, they do. It's been since the beginning of time.
They'll probably change it up and have the American win it. I'm assuming the other girl's American.
And there's two other things. One's the historic women battle royale. It's a bunch of women fighting. The winner gets a future title shot. So whoever wins, best of luck for the ladies.
But it's cool.
It's cool, yeah. And then this one, I like this one match a lot. I think this is gonna be match of the night. It's a six woman tag match. Almost a 6-man, 6-woman tag match between the Riot Squad against Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya. I like this match a lot.
Natalya, like Ronda's friend.
Yeah, you would think she'd be in her corner, right?
Which they gotta get like a Charlotte Flair for that.
Well, because
like someone from that generation of girls that came in together.
You get because Natalya.
I guess
Natalya's obviously older. She's been there since Mickey James.
Or like an Alexa, whatever.
But obviously, Alexa's in the corner of the match tonight. So I'm gonna go with the faces Bayley, Natalya, and
yeah, definitely,
and Sasha Banks. Even though I'm over Banks and Bayley. Remember 2016? It was back and forth. Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
2016 was Sasha's year.
Yeah, both of them. But yeah, so that's it. We'll be streaming it right now on the WWE Network. Evolution, according to this, the first match is still in progression. Please follow us at BoneTalk_. Shout out to Jersey Boys MMA if you're a catch this. Shout out to my boys across the river, I Strong Style, who also hosts a podcast, Through the Table. I have heard it a couple times. I liked the last episode about New Japan because I know nothing about New Japan. Make sure to follow us. Thank you for the followers. Over 60 followers we have at BoneTalk_. Any questions or comments, please comment down below. Like the video, subscribe, and any other questions at BoneTalk1@gmail.com. We'll have this episode later tonight, maybe after Evolution. Stay in touch with us on Twitter. My brother will be updating tonight. Apparently, Stephanie McMahon has a big announcement, so we'll see what happens. She hasn't done it already, but we'll see what happens. Again, best of luck and prayers to Roman Reigns. It's not easy, but you did it before. You can do it again. You're a fighting champion. Definitely. We're all behind you. You know, besides getting booed, it's a show. At the end of the day, the fans still love Roman Reigns. We love you, Joe No Lie. Best of luck. And to all the women out there, Evolution, this is your moment. Take care, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.